WJBW is made possible by sausage. Stick one in your mouth.
I hear a little bit of feedback in the mic.
These charges are not mine.
Hey, welcome to the JBW Web DBWDD.com or RevRevShow.com. Oh, yes! Fucking asinine.
Can you give me a massage? I love you.
Holla at you. Ow! Ooh, girl.
Seriously.
Hello, Papa.
Some shit like that. You gotta do the Rocky Mountain High.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck with. Boy. Ain't everybody getting Rocky Mountain High?
WJBW.
You don't want to.
Welcome back, the JB Rev Show. Every week we talk with talented people all across the country. This focusing here on Orlando in general. Sitting in for the Reverend, normally across the way from me, it's the badass Dirt McCoy. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Thank you so much. You rock, buddy. Thank you.
And the badass, man. I like that.
That's your new title. The badass Dirt McCoy.
All right.
Across the way with me, we got a huge show about 10 after 7. We're speaking with Danny Franchise. Danny Feedback of Franchise. Play a little bit of music. We got Ramiro calling in after that. 7:20. 7:30, we have a call with Wendy Davis, the wonderful Machiavellian mind behind PocasHottest.com. She is incredible, has a big cook-off concert going on out there, Will's Pub.
Oh, yeah.
The 16th, that's a Sunday, so we're going to talk. G-Love is going to be playing that thing.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Money, yeah. And after that, 8 o'clock, before that, 8 o'clock hours, about quarter till, 10 till, we got Mick from Room Full of Strangers, great friend of the show. 8 o'clock hour, Eugene Snowden. I can't believe it. And then about quarter after 8 or something like that, we're going to be able to speak with Sabrina from the News Junkie. So, huge show. Close out with a little bit of breaking news badly, of course, as we normally do. Original music strewn all throughout the episode. So, keep your ears open. We got some saucy stuff we're going to throw your way. So, Dirt, happy to have you in studio, brother.
Oh, man.
Welcome.
I'm glad to be here.
How the hell are you doing? Thank you for doing this, man.
Oh, man, it's fun. You know, doing radio stuff has always been fun to me, and you know, my brother and all of us, we've been doing it for years. So,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Any invite, I'll take it.
We were able to talk a little bit kind of beforehand, before the whole thing, and you've got a hell of a history here. Now, you are in a band. You are the band, Dirt McCoy.
Yep.
The Trailer Park Refugees.
That's correct.
Album you brought in. We're going to play a track from that probably after the 8 o'clock hour. But I'll tell you what, I got to peep it and listen to it, and it is like straight up old school country. It sounds so authentic, and to kind of see you're a good looking guy.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yes, sir, and you're a good looking guy. But to think that sound comes out of you is just insane. It's like old homespun, like you got a little damn old school church deep inside of you or something like that. I kind of want to talk about that a little bit at the beginning, kind of get your roots in music.
Sure.
Where were your musical influence? How'd you kind of, first get involved? Would you do a little bit of harder rock? Or, because what we listen to was straight up old school country, I guess. Is it old school country?
Yeah. I mean, it's traditional country. It's outlaw country. I mean, it's funny, man, because, I came into music doing hardcore. Getting into punk.
Okay. Yeah.
And once that stuff started to become old to me, or started to become like mainstream, like it was just, I always have had a fascination with Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, those guys, and country music basically got shit on. Yeah. And you got all these guys out there now that are, just doing rock and roll with a fiddle in it. And,
it's not.
And so it just became a punk rock thing to go back and do country justice and go, this is the way it's supposed to be played.
Damn right.
You know, this is not a Toby Keith song. This isn't Blake Shelton. I'll take either one of those guys out behind the woodshed if I see them. You know, what you've done to country music is just disgusting to me.
It's deplorable, sir.
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny you say that because I was actually talking with a friend earlier today about kind of how they prostitute music out there in the whole world, and whatever you think is pop and it's good. People used to maybe have one kind of poppy song on an album, and then the rest of it was kind of to the core of who they were. And that kind of unfortunately seems to follow. They want to hit, 10 songs out of 10 are all poppy crap, and there's no substance there. So I thank you for bringing that to our attention, because that's what we do here every week is focus on talented people, man. And with the return of Sunday morning coming down on 104.1 every Sunday morning, that kind of further emphasizes the fact that those guys were doing it right, and they were fighting against, and I love Buck Owens, but he was kind of acquiescing to that whole howdy doody, color, but he had more of a jagged edge.
I think that's who he was, though, and that's where the line gets
where those nudie
blurred.
cone suits or whatever.
Yeah, Buck Owens back in the day. I mean, I love Buck Owens, but Buck Owens back in the day, I think Buck Owens was who he was, And there's guys who everyone had a personality, man, and you don't have that anymore. Roger Miller. Tom T. Hall, all these old country guys, each one of them had their own voice, their own style, their own sound. They wrote their own songs.
Right.
And even most of the people that you think write their own songs right now don't write their own songs.
Right. It comes out of like a mill.
No, and it's like they've got deals, man, that are called 180, or they're called 180 degrees, 360 degree, 360 deals, where, someone named initials TS, who everyone thinks writes her own songs.
Yeah.
Has a deal that says, hey, you write the songs for me, I'll give you my diary, and I get songwriting credits. And, it's garbage. It's just ruining music,
Well, I think that's very, very appropriate to kind of what we're going to be talking about, because all throughout this show, we're going to ask people kind of their sense of somebody who was just straight up authentic, that you couldn't even fucking take it, right? It was like Morgan Steele was like a blinding light of truth that you had to squint your eyes. It was like, I can't take it. And so part of this episode, we're really all strewn throughout going to be dedicated to Morgan and kind of talking about Morgan and people's, initial feedback if they have a quick story or what have you. We want to invite people to do that. Now, we can light up the phone lines. However, we've got a stacked session here. So if you want to text through Spreaker, that's actually going to be the best way. But I wanted to say that Morgan Steele is really the exemplar for somebody that was just straight, that you could not mass produce. Right,
absolutely,
and that's part of the issue, I think, with the country and the music and what they call talent and people out there, is that they look for the cookie cutter shit that they could sell. Oh, everybody's going to buy it. Oh, listen to that. Oh, and it's not authentic when the world we live in today really is craving this authenticity.
Yeah, and
I need you to be real. Yeah,
the only way my brother and I describe it is everybody's swinging for home runs now.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. There's no one's playing the field. Nobody's hitting for average.
Yeah.
Everybody's swinging for the fences. And if they don't think that they can sell 1 million records, they're not interested.
Not even going to waste their time.
Not even going to try.
Not to do it for the love of it.
And while they're doing this, they're failing, because guys like Bob Dylan and Willie Nelson are debuting #1 records at 125,000 sales. So they're failing at their job, and the true artistry of it is still pushing through. So I think we're getting to an age where that whole idea of a record label is becoming obsolete, and people are just doing what they do, and that's what I love about it.
And I mean, to tag on to that, the Reverend is not here because he was going to see the Flaming Lips, right?
Exactly.
And that's a great case example of people that are straight up true and honest, even though they're known for the damn Tangerine song that turns people off. Anyway, it's WJBW Networks. Thanks for calling in. Who this be?
This is Danny Feedback of the band Franchise.
What's up, buddy? Thank you for calling. How the hell you doing, man?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
Awesome, man. What are you up to tonight, Danny?
Rocking and rolling.
What are you up to tonight, Danny?
Oh, just getting home. Just did some video work with my buddy Evan Shafran.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Well, we were just talking about authentic music and people kind of, having the forced labor cookie cutter kind of shit out there in the marketplace. So we were sent some of your music. After our quick chat with you here, we're going to roll into a little bit of franchise. So give us a sense of your kind of background. I know we only got about 5 or 7 minutes, but I'd love to hear kind of your musical origins and if you want to tack on any comments about the music industry, but most importantly, if you got any thoughts on Morgan Steele. Does he know Morgan?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He does? Okay, good. All right, so we're over to you, buddy.
All right. Well, I guess, I don't know, I've been playing in the Orlando area for, it's been, I hate to date myself too much here, but probably 15, 20 years. And
wow.
Let's see, I've been playing actually with Dirt. He's in a project with me called the Crack Rock Opera, and that's probably wouldn't be considered a cookie cutter.
No, not at all.
Good.
Yeah, it gets a little bit crazy. Dirt could tell you some stories about what goes on, but
Okay.
We
have a
push
lot of
the
fun at
envelope off the
practice
table.
and,
Cutting the envelope in half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you yourself, and we're going to roll into a little bit of that avant-garde stuff after a little bit here, but you yourself, well, how'd you first get into music?
Well, let's see. I don't know. I guess it was the early mid-'90s. Back when rock and roll sort of came out of the hair metal phase, so to speak. And there's a lot of exciting bands with a lot of stage destruction, stage presence, wild type of stuff. And I guess that sort of got me pretty interested. Before that, I really wasn't into much music, but I guess that's what got me going.
The first time I ever saw Danny Feedback was at the Anti-Pop Festival in Orlando.
Now that's the shit.
This is back in
glad you
I
brought
want to
that
say 05.
Yeah.
And he was wearing a wedding or like a gown, like a women's gown, and then he tore it off and he had a thong on underneath it that said "Eat Me" on his ass cheeks. And I was like, I got to be in a band with that guy someday. So,
That's awesome.
Thankfully it happened,
That's awesome. What's the name of the
we
band?
do at every practice. Dirt always tells me to do that same routine at every practice.
He wants to see. He's like,
Crack
all right,
Rock Opera. Danny Feedback also
Crack Rock Opera.
guitar. Yeah, it's called the Crack Rock Opera. It's the actual rock
that
opera.
was a part of the Fringe, right?
Yep.
A few years ago,
Yes,
I think.
yep, we've been part of the Fringe
Okay.
before.
Wow, that's incredible. On the line with Danny Feedback of Franchise, also Crack Rock Opera.
And Danny Feedback.
And Danny Feedback himself.
Yeah.
So appreciate that insight. And I love that you're really keeping the spirit of that music alive in the sense that, like we were talking about earlier, it's not always appealing to everybody's ears, but that's not the reason you're doing it, right? It's almost cathartic to be able to, and we were talking about hardcore a little bit earlier, and I think everybody at a point in their life, if they come from a place where hardcore is beautiful, you understand it's like this cathartic exercise. They, bang your head and get it out and yell and scream.
Yeah.
So to every kid almost here in America, it's something that has been a sort of a rite of passage, right?
Yeah, and Danny's known for his guitar tone. Danny's got an entire, board of effects in front of him. He comes up with cool sounds and cool tones. Extremely innovative guitar player. And there's some people that would come in and go, "Oh, this guy's just making a whole bunch of noise." But man, if you just listen, like he's right in the pocket. He's doing like really cool shit.
Yeah. And so congratulations to you, buddy, for kind of being having the balls to be avant-garde and do that.
I appreciate it. I wouldn't know what else to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't really just sit around and play cover songs, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Although there's probably quite a bit more money in that field, but
Right.
like you're saying, it's a therapeutic thing. If I'm not playing music here, I can't tell you what I would be doing. I know what I would be doing, but I can't tell you.
You'd be getting fucking free throat hugs, probably.
That's the reason why I wanted Franchise on this show, and the reason why I wanted Danny and to be part of the show. And also, Danny's bass player is Carrie Chamberlain.
Okay.
She's been playing music for a long time. Her and her husband were close friends of Morgan, but Danny is the weird factor in this town that Danny's the musical equivalent of Morgan Steele.
He's badass.
Yeah, he creates a soundscape that I've never heard anybody else that sounds like Danny.
And Morgan, and maybe let's before we bust into your track, Danny, and thank you so much for doing this. I know we're on kind of a tight budget with time, but maybe give us a remembrance of Morgan, because coming up, what is it, 22nd?
Yeah.
Will's Pub.
Yeah.
It's the first annual Morgan Steele tribute. You guys are going to be out there, franchise, Danny Feedback franchise. But give us maybe a little anecdote if you can conjure something up. It'd be lovely to hear.
Well, I know Morgan from seeing a lot of his artwork at what do you call it? Not Peacock.
Austin.
What's it called? Austin's Coffee Shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
And stuff like I4 Fest. He'd be down there. And actually, I had a pretty cool thing that Dirt gave me a few weeks ago, and it was you were talking about Dr. Moonstein a couple minutes ago, and he had this body of a guitar that somehow Morgan got a hold of and really painted up like I wish you could see what I'm talking about. I know Dirt has, but it was really like an artistic piece, and now it was out of the hands of Dr. Moonstein, and now it's back in the hands of Dr. Moonstein, and I'm hoping that he slaps a neck on that body and he'll have an original Morgan Steele piece of art guitar. So.
Well, I'm glad that you said that, because that's actually something we're trying to push people to do, is kind of share your steel.
That's where it's at.
Share your steel. Hashtag share your steel with an E at the end, and take a picture of your Morgan Steele stuff. Post it in the event. We want to be able to get and catalog as much as we can for kind of an online database. So we'll put you in charge of doing that, Danny. You got to get a picture of that. Can you get a picture? Okay.
Yeah, we can do it.
All right, badass. We're going to bust into a little bit of franchise. Danny Feedback on the line. As usual, WJBWnetworks.com, promoting talented people centered out of Orlando, Florida. Dig these sounds. We'll be right back.
time to tear me down and rebuild again. It's time to tear me down and rebuild again.
WJBW.
The electronics are so predominant that people would really prefer that.
Oh, welcome back. WJBWnetworks.com. Just heard a little bit of Franchise there from Danny Feedback and his group Franchise. On the line with us, though, we have another badass and great musician that'll be out at the Will's Pub April 22nd doing the first annual Morgan Steele tribute. It's Ramiro on the line with us from Love Destruction. How the hell you doing, baby? Welcome to the call. How the hell are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for calling in. We'd love to find out a little bit. Now, we're going to play a little bit of your music after this chat here, and we got a quick, kind of timeline on this, but I love to hear about people's musical origins and stuff. We want to, of course, get a Morgan story if you can throw that in there, but how'd you first start getting involved with music? Now, we're speaking with Ramiro of Love Destruction.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a long story, but
okay.
I don't know. I mean, I just started when I was a kid. I started listening to the radio and stuff, and it just kind of snowballed it into, wanting to do your own music and stuff. But,
Okay, so you kind of emulated. You learned through emulation, as it were.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. No, you learn by watching and by doing, because, you watch, you listen to, because I don't really know much as far as, chords or that kind of stuff, but I mean, I just know, that I listen to a lot of music, so I just kind of go by what I like, and I just kind of, the way I play bass, I just kind of messed around with it until I found stuff that I was like, oh, that sounds kind of cool, I'll work with that,
Okay.
We were talking earlier before your call about how the music industry is now, and we were talking about how people are just clamoring for originality and for things that are different. And I mean, me and you, we had a long conversation about that on Friday. Wow. So JB was talking about how individuality and originality of people it comes to the surface, and that's something with you, you take no bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No filter.
Yeah.
He's a guy, Ramiro's a guy that he can love a band, and if they put out an album that's just whack and bullshit, he'll be the first one to go right at them and go, what are you guys doing?
What are
this
you doing?
Is bullshit.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, pretty much. Fuck yeah. But I actually I met it was a while back. I was a band called Machine Head, and they did a couple records that I didn't like, and I actually kind of told the guy, I was like, well, you guys were sucking for a while, but your album was pretty good, and he took a little bit of offense to it. But,
It's that's not the criticism I was looking for. Be a little more constructive with your feedback.
No, I'm being honest,
Yeah.
Right. That's and that's a rare quality I think that people don't have today. And even just last week, the Rev and I were talking about people ask you how the hell you're doing shitty. You're like, oh, I'm just wonderful. There's fucking sunshine blowing out of my ass. Everything's so great. So I think maybe thinking about that, I love the name of the band, Love Destruction. How many people are in the band? Who else do you play with?
Well, I have it's a three-piece. I have my friend Tress, he's on guitar, and JT's on the drums. So we keep it kind of tight and simple, I guess you could say. But yeah.
Okay, so how long have you guys been together doing stuff?
Well, as far as, I guess technically I've been playing under the name Love Destruction for about a decade now, but really? I mean, I've had a couple of different lineups, and because for a while when I started out, it was me, there was another guitarist, and we did all the drums through his keyboard. And then he quit, and then for a while it was just me and a drummer, and then for a while it was just me. And then now I have this. I think this lineup's been around for about we've been working together for about 2 years now.
That's great. So playing this gig out there, the Morgan Steele tribute, Will's Pub, April 22nd, Love Destruction. What's the best way for people? Are you guys out there? If they just Google Love Destruction, they can do
that right now.
They can find it.
Well, I do have a SoundCloud page and I have a Facebook, and I mean I do have a SoundCloud with some music, but most of the music is the music before the current lineup. So a lot of it is just kind of, it's either me playing with a drummer or me
with
a
drum track.
friend that kind of program the beats. But because right now we're actually working on doing some recording with the current lineup,
doing some real kind of studio
which
stuff.
I think it's the one we're going to play, and we're working on trying to get eventually all the songs that we do played, but it's kind of a bit of a process. But
Okay.
Trying
All
to
right.
work with people's schedules and all that.
I dig you.
Stuff.
I dig you. Well, you rock, buddy. Thank you so much for giving us a jingle. We're going to roll into a little bit of your music. We're going to go to Dirt first, though.
Yeah. Do you have a little Morgan quip you want to throw out real quick?
30 second.
Well, right now I'm doing open mic at Austin. So this is
go down to Austin's.
Where I met Morgan all these years ago because I did a gig under like a different band and I remember like I saw the drawings and I noticed like he had like the L7 logo and I liked L7 and that's kind of how we started like talking and stuff. So
Okay. And for people that might not know, L7,
L7
the band, female, I think is all
female.
Female, right?
Yeah. Is very very abrasive.
Very cool.
Well, grungy. I think
exactly.
Definitely want to.
Grungy.
There's not a lot of people that are categorized as grunge kind of don't like the term, but I think definitely L7 was very the epitome. Like it was definitely grungy.
Well,
to me, like their music is kind of like despite the fact they're all females, but it's kind of like the Ramones slowed down to like Black Sabbath.
Gotcha. All right, so we're gonna run into it. We're going to roll into a track
We're
here.
going to roll a little bit of Love Destruction right now. Ramiro on the line. Go check him out the 22nd of April, Will's Pub. Dig these sounds. We'll be right back.
All right.
WJBW Orlando, the very first quasi-radio web show.
All right, welcome back. WJBWnetworks.com. That's the primary site. This is the JB Rev Show. Every week we get together in this humble little room and talk with talented people all across the country. However, I'd like to focus on Orlando, kind of centering our concentration here because there's a lot of great stuff going on. And on the line with us, we have friend and sponsor of the show. It's Wendy Davis of Pocas Hottest. Welcome. How the hell are you? What are you doing?
I'm amazing. How you doing?
I'm so surprised you even have time to call us. You're so busy.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
Yeah, I know. That's what I feel like I'm pitching to the Shark Tank or something. This piece fits with that piece, and then they, when you're not looking, they do it. Anyway.
We've sold 12 of them so far, right? Just sign on.
We sold 12. It's going to be huge. Anyway, talking with Wendy Davis, impresario over there at PocasHottest.com. That's POCASHOTTEST.com. That is the place you go. You can sign up for a subscription of damn hot sauce. Buy it there. But recently, I want to say, and again, thank you for getting behind us. Every week we love to talk about original people, and our sponsors are more our friends that are doing badass stuff. So we thank you for that. We want to encourage people, go to Pocas Hottest. But I saw something. You're on TV now. You're on Amazon with this executive empress or something. I'm like, what? She is just blowing up. So you've got this incredible cook-off and concert coming up April 16th, Will's Pub. And we'll want to talk about that. But first, give us a little hint of this Executive Empress. Is that what it's called? It's a documentary style thing on Amazon?
It is, yeah. Motion picture video.
Wow.
Put it out, and they followed around six including me, 6 women entrepreneurs in the Central Florida area.
Really?
And just put out our story. And it's a really, really cool documentary that they did. It actually came out on my birthday the other day.
That's fascinating.
Happy birthday. But, there's
like
all
who else?
kinds of-
Who else would we know in Central Florida that was on it? Do you know the other people?
I don't know any of them.
Do you?
No.
Do you, Wendy?
Yeah, my friend Julie Wilder, Julie Norris, Julie Wilder, Kelly Johnson. She's was a midwife. She was actually the midwife that helped deliver Coral Fu.
Who?
And my friend Misty Wheeler.
Okay.
She is the Florida Soap Company.
Really? Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, Lisa Valentine. She does the. She actually had a store out at Argonne as well.
Okay.
And
well, hopefully
a couple others that
she's doing some stuff. Well, your story, again, is really incredible. You said, hey, I'm going to come up with these hot sauces that are themed based kind of on Orlando musicians, and, being, connected with Bobby Cobley. As
my man crush, Bobby Coble, by the way.
Yeah, Bobby Coble. Junkie Rush. I think
Death.
Back in the day, the first time I ever met him was like at Peter Scott's, and he was playing like something like blues and jazz. I was like, oh my God.
And he's playing in the Sam Rivers Orchestra now.
Yeah. Oh,
nuts. I love Bobby. Bobby's the...
So saying all of that, you had that connection, and we've heard that story before. But what I love is that the whole community here really does support and get behind everybody from Will's Pub to all the people involved. Now, of course, Beebs and her moneymaker has that connection with G Love. G Love is going to be playing out at this show. It's an awesome cook-off. People are taking your hot sauces and they're making recipes, and then it's being judged. So it's like a little reality show is there, right? And then you've got the damn incredible music. So, I forget where I was going with that, but give us some flavor around kind of what you expect for this year.
This year's going to be great. That's going to be Easter themed, since it actually did end up falling on Easter.
That's a good point.
So, like, how can we make this? I know a lot of people will go out and some people have church in the morning and do their family stuff, but they're usually done by like noon, 1, so we don't start till 2, 3. In the afternoon, and we're doing Easter egg hunts this year for kids and for adults.
Because it's on
the kids will have
Sunday,
their little Easter egg stuff, and then the adults will have bar tabs and restaurant and certificate and all kinds of cool stuff. And also we're having a kids dance party, mini house party coming out, and they're going to DJ for the kids and have their own little dance party side, so you can bring the family out.
It's totally family friendly.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And actually, kids are free. Under 12, the kids are free. So we encourage everybody to come out.
Bring your family, bring your friends. Now, can people? Is there going to be food out there for people to eat? Are people going to be able to actually kind of give us a side of that? I know a lot of people are participating in the cook-off, and I guess Clay Watson just wins every year. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. We love Clay.
No, we just drink the hot sauce. That's it.
Yeah, he's got to give you a little piece of those damn Beebs blueberry ribs. I was like, oh, that's how you guys
I'm
could
actually working
open a
with
store.
him right now on the,
really?
to do a Clay barbecue Watson
that's
spice
perfect.
rub.
Oh, man, that'd be great.
That's
Trying
perfect.
to get that out before the cook-off and this year. I usually try to put out. In the beginning, I was doing like 3 new ones a year, and then last year it was a struggle just to get the one. I got the milk going out just the day of. I was putting labels on, but this year I'm going to work on. I'm also working on this new Southern Fried Sunday blood orange barbecue sauce.
Oh, wow.
I saw
that's
that.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible. And that's an ode, of course, to Jessica. Jessica Pauly.
Yeah, Jessica
Bust
Pauly's
her
awesome.
ass.
Actually, Southern Fried Sunday was supposed to be on that Sunday. They were like, hey, well, why don't we just take, instead of trying to put, do 2 huge events in 1 month, let's just join together.
Oh, yeah.
And do one just,
Southern Fried
blow
Sunday
out.
blood orange hot sauce? That sounds incredible.
Blood orange barbecue.
Blood orange barbecue.
Oh,
so it's
yeah,
like a
yeah.
base.
Barbecue sauce.
Oh, that sounds
And
phenomenal.
it's, we did the tasting last week, and it's quite phenomenal, actually.
Oh, that's great.
I hate to toot my own horn, but...
On the line with Wendy Davis. Don't worry, you toot away. We're so grateful to be able to get a little bit of your time because, like we were saying, you're literally moving and shaking out there on a documentary on Amazon. Go check that out, Executive Empress. And then this coming Sunday, after next, it will be out at Will's Pub, and it's the 16th, and it is a cook-off and concert. Now you got Beebs and the Moneymakers, obviously, up there, rocking the spot, and now G Love. So how'd all that come together? That's G Love and Special Sauce. What a better combination! I mean, that's like you can't write this stuff.
Right?
You can't write this stuff up.
So it actually, the cook-off started in Beebs' backyard like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And we always joked, I'm like, well, it's going to be a local thing because we have the local bands that play that have the sauces. Like, but if I was ever to bring on a national act, you would have to be G Love. G Love is I'm like, there's just
so you said this.
the only thing that's going to work. And we just laughed about it, and here we go. 7 years later, she's working on a collab with him.
Jeez.
And she's like, oh, come out, I'm doing this, we're getting together to do a thing in Melbourne. You got to come to the show, get in his ear. So I brought him some sauces. I'm like, look.
Well, I know you've got the history with it. Yeah, I know you have the history with it, with it, Wendy, but is it not the coolest thing in the world to see the lineups that are playing at Will's Pub now?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Will's one of those guys that just put it all out there. He was cool to the entire community, the entire music scene.
That's a great point.
He let us do what we did for so many years, and now he's getting rewarded by, with these shows, man. It's awesome. All the talented people in town that grew up through Will's Pub are bringing it back to him now. Man,
That's a great
awesome.
point, Dirt. I'm so glad you said that because tonight at Will's Pub, you can go out there and see some of the writers from Jimmy Fallon's show out there doing comedy and stuff. And that's supposedly they do that every year. And of course, Questlove is over there at the Social. And a lot of badass stuff going on in Orlando. But again, we don't want to lose focus of the people that are here every day. And again, that's Wendy Davis, PocasHottest.com. And I'll tell you honestly, I think I told you last time we spoke, there are so many applications for your hot sauce that I don't know if they're discovered, but one time you put out a post, and we want to encourage people listening to this, just go on Facebook and post, like, I use this sauce with this recipe, like, even if you thought you made it up, somebody else did it before, I don't care. I want enthusiasm about this. Because I use...
Yeah, I love seeing that, because I know what I do with it, and a lot of times it's just like it's a dipping sauce, but when I get on there and I see somebody that's got this full-blown, I'm like, oh my God, I never would have thought to do that.
Everything in my house turns into damn steak sauce almost. So when you gave us the care package, the Alexandra Love Sarton went on a blackened steak strawberry bite sauce.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Jeez,
I would have never thought.
It was like, see, that's what I'm saying. It was almost like a Peter Luger-esque type of taste to it just with the blackened steak. Really was a great flavor profile. So I want to encourage people. We talk about food a lot on this. So I want to encourage people, go out there, buy some Pocas Hottest sauce, post online what you did with it. I don't care if you put it on an omelet you just made and the omelet looks like a deflated Frenchman on the side of the road after he drank too much wine. I don't care. Just get it out there. But what I love...
We are still accepting a couple entries for the cook-off this year, too. So if anybody is out there interested in anyway, we have some really cool prizes for
How
that
do they
this
do
year as
that?
well.
How do they submit? They go to pocashottest.com. Is there a submission form, I think, on there?
Yep. You just go under the pocashottest.com and in the cook-off tab, and there's a registration. We're only doing 20 entries this year just to keep everything smooth with G and everything. I want to make sure everything runs smooth, and we still have a few left, so definitely want to fill those up. And
that's a big ordeal, though. That's a big process to manage, too. Everybody has their own little cooking kiosk. They have to prepare their meal there, kind of within the eye of the judges, as it were.
Yeah.
Right? They have to be able to, they can't just buy
in the beginning,
buy something at Hawkers and walk
you
over.
have to bring it already ready to go. When we first started it in the yard and everything, but now it's like I'm starting to. We have more rooms. So it's like, yeah, everybody can have your own tent. You can bring your grill. You can bring your fire, whatever if you.
Well, I'd love to be.
Gas-powered stuff,
I'd love to be able to document that more proper, and maybe down the line, because it really is more of a show. Because with all the flair and love for cooking, America's love for cooking has not gone away. We still love it, and we still love to get suggestions and tips. And I know if anyone goes to pocashottest.com, you will find that. You will find a perfect pairing of something you love and a hot sauce to go with it. Now, I don't want to put you on the spot, Wendy, but is there? Last time this year, you were in love with the Milka sauce. Right? Because you taste everything. Is there one that you constantly over the years keep going back to as a tried and true sauce? Probably Junkie Rush. But yeah, answer that question. Probably Junkie Rush.
It actually depends on the day. It's like I have ones that I use more than others, maybe just because it's a more versatile sauce. But like one day, I don't have really a favorite.
Do you use them in unpractical ways? Like, do you use them in drinks or anything, or like Bloody Marys? Or
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Bloody Mary, yeah.
Well, I know like they're at Maxine's. Her sauces are in stores everywhere besides online.
Yeah.
They're pervasive out there in the community. White Wolf Cafe, I think. So do you use them, kind of being the inventor, the creator of these? Do you use them in ways, maybe unconventional ways we haven't thought about?
Definitely use them in drinks and baking. We've done with the bacon salt. I've had actually one of my friends did a bacon cupcake a couple years ago for the cook-off, and I was like, wow, I never would have thought of that. So I've taken that recipe and started using that, and also using the bacon salt for the Bloody Mary rim. That was
that's perfect.
One of the reasons that I know a few restaurants in town that use them for that purpose as well. Casey's out at Sabrina. He uses it in his Bloody Mary mix. I think he uses the Thomas Len and the Junkie Rush, and then the bacon salt also in there. And
oh man,
see, and that's great. We're on the line. We're chatting with Wendy Davis of pocashottest.com, giving us suggestions on how to have Bloody Marys, which is with bacon salt rim, maybe some crybaby sauce in that Bloody Mary as well. But what we love again too, and we love that you're from Orlando and this is your touchstone, this is where your family is. Are you seeing a definite spike? Because one can look at you from one year, let's say last year, to this year, and you seem like you're going through exponential growth. So my concern is how you're going to handle that. You're going to be able to move forward with getting this out there to the nation more. Is there anything you could tell us about the growth you're going through?
Yeah, I'm working on a few things. I have a project that's kind of been put on the back burner because I had the cook-off coming up, and I realized I was going to jump into something crazy and not have time for anything else. But one of my goals is to build out my own manufacturing plant, which would be kind of like a winery or a brewery tour, but with sauce. So you walk through the greenhouse, see the peppers, herbs being grown, and then walk through the manufacturing. You get a little store, get your little bottle of hot sauce, and
see, I would love. That's great.
That's an awesome idea.
That's incredible. Yeah, treat it like a microbrewery or something.
Exactly,
right?
or like a vineyard or anything else, man.
Yeah, exactly. So that's incredible. Thank you for that insight, Wendy. On the line with Wendy Davis. Go check out pocashottest.com. You are sublime. We are really grateful for your time. Thank you so much, Wendy. Really appreciate
no problem.
it.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Any buzzwords out there? Go to the event on April 16th. Will's Pub. G Love Special Sauce. Snag tickets. I think you can do that all through Pocas Hottest as well, or.
Also, or Will's Pub.
Will's Pub. That's the way. Okay.
And also the cook-off is also a food drive as well for the local elementary school. So if you get your tickets at the gate, then you do get a percentage off or a dollar amount off.
It goes food.
Bringing the food.
Yeah, Fern Creek Elementary kind of builds their food bank for the students there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we know the government. Nobody's going to give you nothing.
With bringing them food, and they're also always so appreciative. It's really cool.
Well, fantastic. Well, you keep doing the great work, Wendy. Let us know any which way we can kind of help, or throw some air support your way, or whatever we can do. I know you got a bunch of fast friends that are wonderful by your side. Beebs, Jessica, Pauly, to name a couple. But we look for nothing but great stuff from you continuing forward. So thank you so much. You're phenomenal, and we appreciate it. I want to throw people as many as we can. You don't know about it, now you do. Go check it out. God dang, we'll talk about it every week. Wendy Davis, the Executive Empress. That's phenomenal. Go see her documentary about her and 5 other ladies here out of Central Florida. That's on Amazon. You can go view that right now. You can do it right now. Right now.
Google that right now.
No, you don't Google
it's
it.
free if you have Prime.
There you go. There you go.
That's where it's at.
There you go. Well, you rock, my friend. Thank you so much for doing that. We're going to bust into a little bit of Gargamel appropriately. And tell Bobby, we want to talk with Bobby, too, down the line. I want to get him in here for a lotion legend segment.
We're going to bring him down here and lotion him up.
Yeah, we're going to lotion him up. We're going to get him out. It's a bit that we do. He's going to be Jello wrestling with midget kittens. No, anyway. All right. Well, you're fantastic. We're going to bust into a little bit of Gargamel. Stay frosty with us. We'll be back. We got plenty more. Dig it.
I know a lie. I think I'll say it 1,000 times. No one will know. Every time I say it grows. Not what you are thinking of. The nose on my face will not display disgrace. Maybe Geppetto would know. The one with the soul is the one in control. I spend my life just telling lies until someone will realize. And finally they will tell me, shut up. I'll find a new way to deceive. Take what you need and leave me just enough to believe you will remain beside me and inside my veins. I wish that you were alive, suddenly you were. I'm just so afraid that you are just what I deserve. Punish me with your eyes. Your body died, but your love's still alive. I spend my life just telling lies until someone will realize. And finally they will tell me, shut up. I'll find a new way to deceive. I'll spend my life just telling lies.
WJBW.
The electronics is so predominant that people would really.
Oh my God! Rock and fucking roll.
Yeah.
We are. That's a bump. That's a bump right there. We are fucking rocking and rolling. We spoke with Danny Feedback, Ramiro from Love Destruction, Wendy Davis of PocasHottest.com, and now on the line with us, it's the badass motherfucker himself, Mick McCoy, lead singer of Room Full of Strangers. Mick, how the hell are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Feeling swanky, man. How are you guys?
We're bougie and whatever. Whatever. I don't know how I feel yet. Nobody's told me. Anyway.
I woke up this morning. I don't know how I'm feeling yet. Give me some paint.
Yeah, baby. Anyway, you're a motherfucking rock star. We were just talking about how you definitely deserve this. Local legend micro session. Mick McCoy, lead singer of Room Full of Strangers, definitely deserves local legend credo and talent. Here, that's what we do. 20 plus years pumping and grooving in the scene, supporting in one way or another. You got a finger in some hole somewhere. Room Full of Strangers. Go Google that right now.
All right,
Google that.
Google that right now.
All right, check that stuff out. Mick McCoy on the line. How you? What's up, buddy? What's up?
Oh, man, just, working. Just getting
rock
ready
and
to go
roll.
out on have a few dates here in Orlando. Then we're going back on the road again for 3 weeks in July and Europe in November. So
we just came. You guys are working your ass
at the
off.
studio right now, working on some stuff. I just popped out on the sidewalk to chat with you guys.
Well, we really appreciate that. I know everybody we talk with is really
thanks for having me, man.
hustling, doing something somewhere. Well, hell yeah. Well, again, I wanted to give you that little local legend title because I don't think we ever did it, and you definitely fit that bill. But more importantly, I think when people talk about blazing a trail, kind of saying, hey, I know my vision is right and I'm going to follow it and do it. You guys exemplify that here in Orlando because you're all over the country. You're all over the world. You're doing great things in volatile political states, as it were. Your music is just so incredible. And I wanted to ask you, what was the name of that song? Space...
Summers in Space.
Summers in Space. That's what we came out of rolling into you. Give us a little chat.
Youth,
Okay, so what's that? Give us a little flavor around that song.
It's real simple. Just do a bunch of acid all summer long, and kind of let the lyrics do the walking and talking for you.
All right.
That was
okay,
many
Dewey
moons
Cox
ago,
over
but
there. All
Summers in
right.
Space, it was just kind of every day was a new friggin' space adventure. For the summer of '93, it was just kind of a weird, dark summer of love.
That's awesome. And speaking of summer of '93, summer of '93 was also that was the summer when you saw Gigi Allen there at the Penguin Cafe, right?
That's absolutely right. That was in June. That was a month before I left to move to Florida.
Yeah.
And that was a really, really weird time. That was actually, I think, the last show I saw in Youngstown before I moved.
Wow.
Well, and I guess it goes without saying, too, around that time, people forget the dirty kids or whatever, the homeless in downtown Orlando was so pervasive. You couldn't walk past that subway back in the 90s without hitting this guy, looking at this guy, he's like he's all, crazy made up because he's surviving on the street. And it's like we forget how Orlando was, kind of like New York City. But anyway, we're going on the line. Mick McCoy, Room Full of Strangers, man. You guys are playing out at April 22nd. You're going to be able to hear the. Wait,
it's not the band. Mick is joining me on stage.
We're going to be
Mick and
there
Dirt
for Morgan Steele's memorial. At Will's memorial show.
We'll
be hanging out there with our old friends and everything. And I'm going to get up on stage and do a bit of crooning.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
We came up with the idea. Morgan had such a list of people he wanted involved in his memorial, and I couldn't get everyone's bands up there. So I said, all right, we got a list of really hot singers here that can get up there and do some songs that Morgan was a fan of.
Original.
Morgan loved the band Fear.
The brash.
So I went to Mick and I was like, Mick, can you do a Fear song? And he's like, oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're going to do I Love Living in the City.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, it's going to be great.
Hold on. All right. So that was Eugene Snowden calling in.
Yeah, he's calling in.
If you can mitigate that, he just called
handling it.
So all right. So if you can mitigate that for me, Dirt, I want to make sure we give everybody kind of equal time here.
Yeah,
Now, Mick, you guys have traveled across the country, right? You've been for a European
tour. No, we mainly
tour.
stay on the East Coast. There's just a lot more.
You were overseas,
to visit and see. I love California, but we haven't gone out as strangers out there. I'd much rather go to Europe for the time being, but we're considering going out west.
Did you have something that was? I thought it was overseas, right? Last year,
we were in Europe in October of 2015, and we'll be going back this November.
Going back this year.
So
okay,
yeah.
So and the Bad Vacation release, I think really helped people get a tonality of you, and you guys kind of changed a little bit in, being more palpable, I guess. Is that right? Palatable? Yeah.
So it's a transitional album for sure. The all our recordings and work before that, and even our stage show and stuff. It was honestly, I think it was kind of me getting a lot of urge out and sorting through a lot of issues and stuff. And I did that, and now I'm kind of making the music that I really wanted to make. It's more about having fun with making the music and not just having kind of a existential kind of meltdown on stage
like you're
every
working
time
something out.
go.
Like you're a teenage girl at summer camp or something. No, I totally and I think that's noble and brave, and it shows a development in one's art and skill. So hats off to you for being disciplined and busting your ass and learning your craft. It's really commendable, because I believe that you can sit here and say and do something on a weekly basis that has merit, like we do this show every single week. And I believe in the live broadcasting. It's so much easier to record a podcast and not worry about scheduling all these calls and getting the timing and live and shit. Yeah. So coming from me, man, I really sincerely love the fuck out of Room Full of Strangers, and I'm excited to see what you guys do next. You're welcome.
I think that people do things for two reasons. Vocation and evocation, and there's a lot of people that say, "Oh man, I do this because I love it, and it's who I am and all that stuff." But honestly, I don't buy that, because at the end of the day, if they were doing it for vocation, that means they love it a lot more, because it's a motherfucker doing it for vocation and actually trying to keep it together and make it sustainable so you can keep on doing it and still playing by your own rules.
Right.
You
got to twist it
you
and
believe
contort
in first.
it. Yeah.
No, I agree.
So we do it because we love it so much. It's painful to a degree, and all that, keeping a band together for over 10 years and going through lineup changes and doing the kind of music that we want to do. We could play the bands, they're good players. They could play whatever we want to play. We could play just what's popular, what people are going to instantly like us for. But we went for us first. And the people have found us now that that music is speaking to. So,
well, and it's
just
important
to kind of sum up originality. That, I guess, that's in a nutshell. We're just doing what we feel we want to do, not to please others.
If you don't know about Room Full of Strangers,
Google that
check
right
it
now.
out. Google it online. Check it out. Go check it out. We're speaking with Mick, frontman of that group, and now going to be out there doing a special performance, Will's Pub, 4/22, 8 p.m. Doors open. But you're going to be doing some awesome stuff out there, and maybe give us. We were asking everybody before we close out here their remembrances of Morgan. So is there anything that kind of you evoke, knew him personally? So last interaction.
There's two big ones in the time that I knew Morgan. The first one was when I started Bread and Circuses, which was just kind of an art party kind of thing, just to kind of get to know people in Orlando when I was getting back into music. He actually took a fence post off of the fence that was surrounding the compound of the warehouse we were in and painted it and gave it to me at the end of the night as a thank you. And I thought that was really genuine and cool, and it's still at my home. on display with about half a dozen or so other paintings of his that I bought over the years. But the last time I saw Morgan, we had any kind of conversation. He invited me more or less what seemed like it was an orgy.
Oh my God!
and I didn't go. And he took me off of his Facebook friend, so I got a big laugh out of that.
That's great. That is great.
I heard of his passing, not too long after that.
That's a great anecdote, though. Well, Mick, thank you so much, brother. We really appreciate the fact you were able to give us some time, give us a call. Again, go check him out. Hey, buddy, go check him out at the Will's Pub 422. That's in the future, but anytime online, Room Full of Strangers.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you having me on. And
you rock.
Please doing what you're doing, JB. And
thank you, brother.
I've always appreciated Dirt as a friend and, somebody to work with, a fellow artist.
Dude,
and,
he's awesome.
Keep on. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, you rock. WJBWnetworks.com, The JB Reb Show, speaking with Mick of A Room Full of Strangers, Dirt McCoy, JB Webb in studio. Listen to a little bit of this. We'll be right back with Eugene Snowden. Dig it.
Agenda and hypocrite greed.
WJBW Orlando, the very first quasi-radio web show.
Rock and roll. What an episode. What a phenomenal what a phenomenal show so far. Dirt
man.
McCoy over there with bringing it. Man, what it's going to be like to be at that Morgan Steele first annual tribute.
Oh, man.
We've digitally recreated it, and you're phenomenal, brother.
Man,
Thank you so
it's
much.
been like putting this whole event together has been so cool to me because I loved Morgan.
Yeah.
And like as soon as I put the word out there, we wanted to do something, we got names that started pouring in that like I wasn't prepared for. And it all started that 2 days after Morgan passed. I called Jackie, the owner at Austin. I said, I know you have open mic on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tell your host, stay home. I got this. Okay. I want to do a tribute to Morgan. And I had some friends that were coming up there, but then people started walking through the door, and it blew my mind. And one of those was Eugene Snowden walked in the door. Yeah. And I knew that Morgan was a big fan of the JCs. I didn't know how much of a connection that Eugene had with Morgan. Eugene got on stage and grabbed my guitar. I said, Eugene, it's not tuned yet. He goes, it don't matter. I can barely play this son of a bitch.
Exactly.
And he got up there and he led the entire coffee shop in a hymn. I'll go the last mile all the way for you, Brother Morgan. And, man, that brought the house down, man.
Fantastic.
Dude, on the line with us, it is Eugene Snowden. That was a great story. Thanks again for giving us a call and talking with us. I wanted to kind of let Dirt take the lead a little bit, but you've been on, I think you were on with Joseph Martin with us almost a year ago.
A while ago.
Yeah, and you're phenomenal. We love that you have such a rich history here with Orlando music. And again, Umoja, the Joint Chiefs, anybody who knows anything about Orlando music and culture knows that's where the raw, authentic vibe is. And that's kind of been our theme for tonight is that, a lot of stuff out there is bubblegum and poppy and ticky-tacky. And when you get the real deal, you kind of, might not know it because there's so many dupes out there. But on the line with us, it is a local legend, Eugene Snowden. I wanted Dirt to kind of take the lead on this session. But thank you, brother, for calling in.
Absolutely, baby.
Eugene,
Thank you.
First of all, Friday night, I had a chance to see Eugene Snowden as the Efficient for the second time.
That's right.
The 10-year wedding anniversary of Man Daddy and his beautiful wife, Tracy, their 10-year anniversary. And so they did a renewal of the vows. And then on this hour later, we got to see the legendary JCs. I haven't seen you guys together in
we hadn't
so
played there in a
long.
while, too, so it was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, it was great, man. But the thing that I take away from one of your shows, man, is that anytime somebody ever gets to that point where they go, I don't know, man, I'm just not digging what's going on in Orlando, the first question I go, have you seen Eugene Snowden?
That's a good way to
You can't go to you can't go to any show that Eugene's a part of and not want to dance and not just want to be like, man,
infectious.
This is the best night ever. Yeah.
It feel good. We're mission accomplished. Finally, after years, we finally got it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, you are the damn James Brown of Orlando, if anybody is one, right? I mean, you can really.
I played with James Brown, and we were playing with him, and he said,
"Did you?"
At the House of Blues years ago, just before he died, and we played with House of Blues.
God.
And he turned around us and said, "You boys are fabulous." So I'm like, "There you go."
Oh wow, man!
That was
So you
good.
got you got knighted that night.
Yeah, I got that night. That's right, baby.
That's
Into
awesome.
the breach, baby.
Talking with Eugene Snowden.
One thing I want to bring up, because we've been talking about music and all that, but obviously we're talking about the show coming up April 22nd with at Will's Pub for Morgan. Yep. And
Right, exactly.
you posted something on Facebook, and it wasn't one of those posts where you're like, in honor of and anything. You just posted a short, simple Facebook message that really hit me hard. When you're like, you said you woke up at 3:00 in the morning and you went to use the bathroom and you looked at your phone and there was no messages.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
And you said, and that's when it really hit you that Morgan was gone.
Exactly.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Because
some of us who know him,
I got those messages too, man. And as soon as you said that, it's like there was a relation there to it, and I felt it, man. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, Morgan. Well, Morgan would always, man. That cat. First of all, he's one of the most unique cats around. You see me and other musicians say the same damn thing. They'll say the same thing, because he supported everything. But Morgan, he would do that at night. These certain group of people he knew you really well. Because I know him for years. He was coming out to see the JCs, Joint Chiefs, right back in the day. So Morgan, and we all knew him. That's why Brian Childco's going to come play with me on Saturday, because they all knew him. And so he would just have a message, and sometimes it'd be just, not just like you up. It'd be something just message me or saying the stars have a line. Are you, something like that. You know what I mean? Something like that. Just something ridiculous he would send up, but I knew it was Morgan. They would get a message.
Barbie's on fire.
He was Morgan. He's a unique personality. So of course, when he did something to go over the top, and that was one thing I noticed immediately. It didn't happen every single night, but at some point there was a message from Morgan. So you wouldn't get away the week without having a late night. 3 a.m,
Yeah.
Message or something from Morgan.
Well, and I think what's important too is that the relationship between Orlando's famous artists, Orlando's famous musicians, is really that real and tight. It's not a put on, it's not a show, it's not
it's a brotherhood.
Superficial. Yeah, it's a real deal
It's a brotherhood.
community. And again, we've talked about this time and time again on this show, how Orlando kind of breeds and has this cohesive factor to it.
It's a bond.
It started
it's
back.
It's a deep, deep bond that we all have because we all put our souls out there. no matter if you're singing, you're painting, you're sculpting, no matter
Yeah,
what you're
yeah.
doing, you put your soul out there on a platter for everyone to judge and criticize. And so if you're part of that community, you know what it feels like. And so, you know, we have this bond where, you know, we're all one in the same skin.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the way it always works out. I mean, it's I guess you could say the artistic community, and I speak as a community as a whole, but the artistic community is very incestuous because we all support each other. You dig? We do. We had in some place. And back in the day, we had times we used to all go to the same party. We didn't have to go to each other's show. I couldn't make your opening or your gig, and you couldn't make mine. But all of a sudden, like 2 o'clock in the morning, I'd see you at the same party, or I'd see you walking down the street, and we do that. There's an element of that that's totally Orlando. And that still sticks. It's still here.
Well,
I mean, I see a lot of veterans. Some of the guys like, "Oh, it's not like it was before." I said, "Oh, that's a good thing. It's not like it was before, but some things remain the same." And Morgan was an integral part of that stuff, man. He was like by all segments. That's what not just what he did. His particular voice and art. Every other voice he had. You know, everybody knew him. Everybody, musicians respected him. You know, actors. Everybody knew Morgan.
A subversive, prolific writer, almost too.
Yeah, man. Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
And that's like the hidden gem about Morgan. Actually, you know, is that his writings are not published and out there, but they're there.
I don't understand. It's like it's like. It's amazing. Unique writing, man. I wonder why.
Dusky jewel.
That's one thing I hope we can get out there. You gave me an idea.
Yeah, we have all of his. We have all of them, man. We have all of his manuscripts. We have all of his writings, and we're working right now to transcribe all that and get it published. And we're gonna, even if it's just an online ebook,
just to get it,
we're gonna publish all of his writings. We're gonna get it all out there.
Absolutely, man. That's good to hear,
That's
man.
The way to do it.
Yeah, because you guys got everything.
Do it.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to get to his house because I wanted to take pictures in his house for the record, for the promotional things I was going to do. But I was saying some of the people knew it that night or whatever. I know he has, you know, well, I can't believe he has art to give to me. But if there's any art that's left, that room that his art is in, I want to sit in the room in the middle of all his artwork, his writings, wherever it be, and I want to take some pictures with his artwork. So if it's set up, you guys can set it up a certain way, or whatever you may do, put it in a room, and I will have different operas, and I'll take different pictures with his artwork I can use on cover of my records for promotion and stuff to carry it other places. You know what I mean? So people ask that, you know?
Oh yeah.
And
I'd like to do that.
And I think Scramble Campbell kind of brought up that we should create kind of an online database of all. You go to morgansteel.com. You can do that. Morgansteel.com. Scramble, you know, is piloting that site. He has the rights to do that, so he's doing it. So go check it out. But that's what we're trying to do is start a hashtag. Share your steel. Hashtag share your steel. And you post pictures of the art that you have of Morgan Steele, and you post it out there everywhere on the internet, the Facebook, and hashtag share your steel. Anyway, we're talking with Eugene Snowden. You rock, brother. I want to give you almost an open invite anytime you want, because I remember I think last time I hung out with you at a more intimate level was at the Under the Influence at Little Indies that the Reverend was putting on there, and those were great because you really can you know, tell a story and really bring us back into the day. Now, recently we had this guy on, and his name's Don Coley Jr., and he wrote a book about history of Florida broadcasting. And of course, in the 60s, he mentioned, you know, kind of the racial discord that was here. So how long do you go back with Orlando? I forget.
Well, I moved here in November '93, but so I didn't run into the scene until then. I was touring around and playing music and stuff, but I didn't get here until '93. November '93 is when I got here, just before Thanksgiving.
Where were you before that?
I was born in New York, and then my family's in Carolina. So, like I said, I tell everybody I'm mixed race. I'm half Southern. You know what I'm saying?
A house divided. I'm a house divided.
Mixed race and half Southern.
Okay.
So I was both times there, and I brought up there, and then I moved down here in '93.
Yeah. So, and it kind of all starts from there because at the time, I guess it was Sapphire Supper Club, right?
That started
really,
up I think it started up like a couple of years after I got here.
They really had almost like a brash opening every week. Hey, you want to, you know, kind of mix this eclectic DJ and music fusion, right? At the time, which was, you know, pretty metropolitan, I guess. So I guess that's where we're going with this is that really, Eugene, man, you've had a lot of great influence here in Orlando, and you know, personally from us, dude, thank you. I'm sure you get people clapping all the time, but you seriously rock, brother. So
Eugene, I want to ask you one thing, because I don't know if you can remember it verbatim, but I remember back in the day when Morgan first saw you guys, he made a sign that hung in front of the JCs while you played. Okay. Do you remember what that sign said? What did it say?
Ghost Fist the Gasoline, the JCs. I'm not sure about
a band mighty enough to turn. It said the legendary JCs, a band mighty enough to turn goat piss into gasoline.
Goat Piss into gasoline.
Yeah,
I remember that sign was made back in the day. It was out of sight. That's the best promotion you possibly did. That was unbelievable.
That's the best endorsement possible.
Damn, that might have to be the name of the record. Go Piss the Gasoline.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a great title, man. Oh yeah.
Holy
On the line, Eugene Snowden. Go check him out virtually anywhere. Where are you on the weekly? Don't you play somewhere? Kind of.
I play
like Imperial
Little
or
Indies.
Little Indies. Oh, that's right. 10 Pints of Truth.
Now.
Yeah,
I've been 3 years running, but you know how that started? You know, it's called 10 Pints of Truth.
Yeah.
It was named 10 Pints of Truth because at the time Little Indies opened, it had just been open like a little while, and they didn't sell booze yet. They never looked like, so they just had beer. So I said 10 Pints of Truth. But then they translated over to, you know, and Mommy playing it. Right. I was one of the first artists to get in there and start playing a little music. Right. And so the JCs had just stopped touring. We used to tour like 3 years ago. Then we stopped touring, stopped playing. So I was like, I got to get in a residence night. Be good to get. And I'm going to send you the shortest damn message from Will. Is like, you want to do it? Sure, I'll do it. What are you going to name it? Okay, I'll name it this. And that was like a one message. And I started established that night. That was going on 3 years, almost 4 years now, 3.5 years.
And that rocks.
And it's dedicated to like playing old music and do all kinds of crazy juke joint, killing circuit, crazy ass feel.
Yeah, bring back
you know what I mean? I do that every Wednesday night.
Exactly. We had Wendy Davis on a couple calls before you, and we were talking about her shows coming up. She's doing that Pocas Hottest show with G Love and Special Sauce as the headliner at Will's Pub.
I play with G Love.
Yeah, and what's funny is I was telling JB, I was like, the thing is, like, I mean, you can't be a musician in this town and not love Will Walker. But seeing the lineups that Will is getting at Will's Pub right now is nothing more than that's what happens when you are completely cool with every guy in town.
You're like an authentic.
You give people a place to do their show, and Will's been nothing but a patron to the music scene in this town for 20 years.
Saint Will.
Exactly, Saint Will. And now he's
hashtag Saint Will.
Yeah, now he's getting it back tenfold, man. I mean, you have Jello Biafra and Reverend Horton Heat for your New Year's Eve show.
Come on.
Come on. Who can pull that? Right. Will can.
Nobody can. Nobody around can do that. Nobody can do it. He can play. Last time I saw him was Reverend Horton Heat was years ago. He was at the Firestone, and every time he came through, he was either at the Beecham Theater or the Plaza. He came to Will's Pub.
Exactly.
Because, he did that back in the day early. Just like like I remember I used to see Big Sandy Flyby Boys. Those guys, I don't know if you know those cats.
Yeah.
Even them who used to play on the Social all the time. Yeah. I mean, speaking of G Love, I play with G Love. Obi Moja opened for him at 2 gigs, like in I think it was Tampa and then one in Orlando, and then he took me with him as percussionist.
Really?
I played in Tallahassee.
Oh, damn.
And Jacksonville, Savannah with him back in the day. I played percussion. He hired me to play percussion with him for 3 gigs. So I hung out with G Love and all those cats, and there was a guy coming out. The guy opened, I forgot his name. But damn, he became famous for a little while. It was like, I remember G Love. Man, that's crazy.
That's awesome.
He hired me for 3 gigs to play in the Mojo.
Well, there you go. Kind of back to back over at Will's Pub. It will be G Love, Beebs and her Moneymakers for the 16th on the 16th Sunday.
6 days later.
6 days later on the 22nd. Eugene Snowden, bunch of talented musicians out there celebrating the incredible life of Morgan Steele and the much too short absence of it. So in saying all of that, and I know you shared a kind of a quippy anecdote with us before, what I love, though, man, is that, when people go back, and even to, somebody like Scott Ellis, who supports the scene, he's always at the shows, the Reverend, like the people that are always kind of there, chumming the scene, feeding the scene, keeping it going, you've got to really say a lot about that kind of culture here in Orlando. Now, I mean, your plans as far as what you're going to do with your music, is there anything that you want to kind of get into? Because after our chat, we're going to roll into a little bit of stuff you did with Kevin Maines, and it's bluesy.
Kevin Maines, yes,
brother,
I remember that song. I love that song.
It's incredible. It's so bluesy. It's so raw. It's so real. And I'm happy and privileged to play that kind of stuff. But do you kind of see yourself going into more of that storyteller blues, lead point musician kind of guy, or what do you want to do with moving forward with music?
Oh yeah, well, speaking of which, to move forward a little bit, I'm going to reach back a little bit too, because the blues and the soul and all stuff like that. That's my grandpa was a musician, my father was jazz, soul, everything, and those music was always with me. So that's always going to be with me no matter what. I decided doing Emoja in the '90s because that's what I discovered in the journey along the way, and I started traveling doing the international music. So I'm going to meld those two together, and I'm going to put the blues in there because I'm going to keep the blues in there. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, but I'm going to start adding more the international thing in there, starting doing different kinds of projects, and doing things. And the songwriting, and I can, the songwriting I can always do. As a matter of fact, one of the things I'll be doing, I'm be playing a lot with. I'm looking forward to doing something I'm doing in local blues. I'm doing a bunch of roots bands. You know what I mean? I'm going to start reaching into the roots a little bit more too. I'll leave right back to the roots of country, roots of bluegrass. And my grandfather, he picked bluegrass too. You know what I mean? Because we in Western Carolina, musicians got along. Society was going crazy, but the musicians, the old time musicians, they got along. Wasn't any racial boundaries with them. But the society was in it. So I'm gonna start doing a lot more collaborating, not just me writing. I mean, like sometimes you'll see me just playing in somebody's group and singing in their band, and like me being just a guest who's a member of the band. Like if I would, pick a band, any band you want, Blood Jug, anybody wants to do a song, I'm like, okay, I'll learn 2 or 3 songs. I'll do a short opening thing, and I'll be like part of your band, in your band.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? I follow their artistic vision and what I got. I think that kind of collaboration is like, cause we all are lead. There's so many people I know, and so many great people I know, all lead cats. For me, when I was talking to musicians, I like to be a part of somebody else's thing while I'm still creating my own. So my creativity is not going to stop. I'll put out 5 albums, but all of a sudden you got a band, or you got a group, or you got an album, or something like that. I like to be a part of yours.
Hell yeah.
Part of what you're doing.
Totally open for the collaboration aspect of it. Eugene Snowden on the line with us, the legendary JC's Umoja, and most currently, you're going to be able to get a chance to see him out there, Will's Pub, 22nd of April.
22nd.
Hang on the line with us, buddy. We got to keep chugging forward, unfortunately, but again, I could talk with you all day. You're a phenomenal resource, so hang tight. But again, going into a track, Kevin Maines and the Volts, and again, the Volts you're going to get here, Eugene Snowden, and this is really where I see you in the future, kind of doing this vibe. I really do, man. This is sustainable for you, and this is brilliant. We're going to go into it right now, so dig it. WJBWnetworks.com, the JB Reb Show. We'll be right back.
Trouble on my mind ever since my woman left town. Trouble on my mind ever since my woman left town. If I can't walk this line, trouble's gonna find me deep down in the ground. Ain't got no money, I got this pistol in my hand. Ain't got no money, but I got this pistol in my hand. Well, I don't wanna hurt nobody, I got mine and the Lord won't understand. thinking I'll go down, finding hell stars in her eyes. Thinking I'll go down, find a girl with stars up in her eyes. I don't wanna love you, baby, tell you lies and make you wanna cry. Well, I'm bad news in the morning, bad news at night, baby. You won't see me coming through the blinding light. Now I'm going down the riverfront, oh, gonna lay my burden down. If the water rise, let me lie until I'm out of time. Till I'm out of time. Till I'm out of time. Till I'm out of time, baby. My time. Trouble on my mind ever since my woman left town. Trouble on my mind ever since my woman left town. If I can't walk this line, trouble's gonna find me deep down in the ground.
WJBW, Orlando, Florida. The first quasi-radio web show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back. What a hell of a show we've had so
That's
far.
been nuts.
I can't even remember the lineup, right? It's been so many people.
We had Danny
you're gonna do
Feedback,
it. Yeah,
then
Danny
Ramiro,
Feedback.
and then Mick from Roomful of Strangers.
Doing it.
Wendy Davis from Pocahontas.
Yeah, you got him out of order, though.
Oh, hey, okay. Then Eugene Snowden, and now
living the American dream.
Yeah.
And then now on the line we have I don't know. I think the most influential radio person in Orlando right now.
Oh, snap!
I'm throwing it out. I'm putting every accolade on.
McCoy.
We have Miss Sabrina Ambra from the News Junkie.
Thank you. I thought you were going to say Jim Phillips.
Welcome.
Oh, man, no,
welcome to the show, Jim Phillips. Yeah.
He took us down, so I called you.
Perfect. That worked out.
Wow. It's awesome
What's
for
going
me.
on,
It's awesome for me to be able to get you to call in. Thank you so much. It's phenomenal. We're doing the Morgan Steele tribute talk and all that. I think a lot of people may or may not know there's a cool connection to the News Junkie with Morgan, which we'll get into in a little bit. But we always love to find out about people's origins. And I can tell you my own origin story about you. I've been listening to Orlando radio, so I heard you on the Buckethead show. Your
throwback.
Was the jettisoning lie that you told about why you were late, about the cat in the house on fire or something. I'm scantly remembering it, but do you remember that story? Remember what I'm talking about? You wove the finest tapestry, my lady. It was just the most delightful tapestry of lies. It was wonderful.
Thank
anyway,
you.
you're welcome.
It has worked out many times, the lying I could do.
Yeah, your ability to speak in a enchanting manner, I guess, to some degree, I think has been pivotal to your success overall. Anybody who follows you, it's Sabrina Ambra, whose name almost sounds like some kind of Egyptian benediction or something. Sabrina Ambra, come to life. It's the abracadabra in Egypt, maybe. Am I wrong? No, I'm being told.
No, you're
Ambra.
not wrong.
I'm
You are. So
okay. Let's see. There you go. So that's what you got for spontaneity. But on the line with us, chatting with us again. Thank you, Sabrina, for doing this.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Of course. So I'd love to find out about people's origins. So I think you're from down south. You kind of got into radio, came up here 104.1, did an intern a Buckethead show. But is that the right kind of trajectory, or maybe does it go even further back for you? Do you have mixtapes of you?
From somewhere in my parents' house, there's a recording from Radio Disney.
Yeah. See. Oh, okay. Oh, really?
So Yeah, I mean, I called in. I made some joke about my sisters not being on their medication, and then they went right to commercial. So I was like, "There's the sign of all signs."
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well,
what's that?
Go ahead.
think
Oh
it's
wait,
a
turn
little
your
delayed.
radio down. Turn your radio down in the background over there. What do you say? All right. Anyway,
my radio down. We good?
Turn your radio.
We're
down.
good,
No,
we're
I'm
good.
just kidding. Anyway, it's a privilege to be able to speak with you again because I know you do a lot of great stuff here in Orlando, and especially with the LGBT community as well. So, give us a sample of your sense of, hey, I want to get into broadcasting. Was it a natural inclination for you, or how did that happen? And then we'll go into talk a little bit about Morgan.
Well, let's see. I transferred over to UCF. I think it was like 2010. And I was all set up to do advertising and PR. And I swear, the day before classes started, I realized that UCF had a radio television limited access program. So I changed it up. I applied. I got in, fortunately. And then when I was working at a restaurant in Thornton Park, the Bucketed Show to come in after one of their events downtown. And I eavesdropped. Told them I was looking for an internship, and that's how I got that internship. And it turns out things were changing as far as the programming, unbeknownst to me, and right time, right place, right awkward jokes about cats and house fires.
That's funny.
Seriously.
And I think that's an example of exactly kind of what we based the whole show on tonight was originality and spontaneity and being able to have that, quick draw McGraw, as it were, esque sensibility. So I think what a lot, too, people should know about you is you're a great rapper. Singer. You're very good
Thank you
on the
for
fly.
saying that.
You're a great rapper. You're welcome. In saying all of that,
When it comes to beatbox, Sabrina,
there you go.
she kills it.
You're
on
right,
the
dude.
beatbox.
I think she should be paired up against Drew Garabo.
Man.
That's the caliber.
That'd be great.
You want to set that up?
The war on I-4.
We'll set up a beatbox
Tampa
war.
and Orlando.
Okay, all right. We'll talk. All right, we'll talk to our people. We got Dirt McCoy
Yeah,
over
and
there.
then just say like radio talent
Radio Smackdown
figures out whose mouth is better.
Oh man,
that's where it's at.
Oh my God. On the line with Sabrina Ambra, and if you're in Egypt, I just made a cake come out of a snake, which is amazing because I meant to say it the other way. Anyway, I'm at Radio JB Web on Twitter. This is our session to make sure we're venerating people, learning about people, and again, you have a great comic timing, the ability to kind of say something in a droll. I would think in England you're probably already a star. You're like the new Ricky Gervais.
That's
You in England, I would.
Kid eventually. So
Yeah.
if that's
Okay.
already the wheels already.
Oh, the
turning.
wheels are turning. You're the new Absolutely Fabulous. You're going to be on that. Anyway, what I was going to say, though, is you were kind of giving us a sense. Did you always say, hey, I want to do broadcasting? You were coming into it, hey, you kind of just found it last minute before, getting out of school or what have you? Did you have any inclinations before that? Did you do acting or anything?
I knew that I wanted to be in the entertainment industry. I just didn't know what.
Okay.
I've always loved making people laugh. And just ever since I was a little kid, I was really involved in musical theater in middle school. And I don't know, after that, like when the radio thing happened and once I got behind the mic at Real Radio, I was like, all right, this is pretty cool because I can be funny. I realized I met Daniel Dennis and watched him and he could make people laugh so hard and still, work every day. So I didn't realize that's what talk radio was beyond politics and sports, which I don't know anything about.
And the thing about that too is that and that leads us into the whole topic on Morgan is that I've been listening to Real Radio for probably since Sabrina was like 5 or 6 years old.
74 years.
Yeah, because I'm ancient. So, but the thing about Real Radio has always been personality driven. You have to have personalities that connect with the audience, that make people want to listen, and that's what makes shows popular.
Right.
And that personality is the reason why Morgan was a P1 in the radio industry.
Right.
A P1 is a person who does not change their station; they listen
Okay.
morning to night. And so I remember talking to Morgan back in I want to say 2013 or 14. Okay. Maybe it's 2014. And Morgan messaged me on Facebook, and he goes, "Hey man, I'm really digging the News Junkie. These guys are weird." And to Morgan, that was the highest compliment he could give you, is that these guys are weird. And that's really what it is that when the show, when you they're reading you the news, but they're giving it to you in a way that's palatable and makes it fun to listen to, and all the commentary, you know. And that's when he started interacting with you guys, right?
Okay, so that's perfect. Yeah, peel into the Morgan interaction. That's perfect.
I knew Morgan Steele by two things: the way that he typed and the random meme that had nothing to do with the discussion at all.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, I mean, it didn't matter what, I always look forward to those popping up, because, you know, when we first started, I was inundated with the Facebook and learning that people like that I've never met before listened to the show, and we got to interact with them online. And then it was MegaCon, I think 2014. He just showed up where we were broadcasting, handed me a portrait he'd made of the three of us. I was like, "It's great to meet you," and then he was gone. I'm like, "That's Morgan Steele."
Right.
So that little picture's been hanging up in my desk since he's given it to us.
And we'll encourage you to share your Steele. # share your Steele out there. If you do have a Morgan Steele
and the thing
picture.
too is
that's a great.
You know, in the last month or so, when we knew the house was going away, Sabrina Sealane came out and did one of their secret shows there.
Oh, remarkable!
And I took so many people through that house.
Cool.
You know, Billy Maines and his husband Tony. You know, Mick and Eric from Room Full of Strangers. All these people, and it was cool to see the reaction that I got from people. And it was
the vibe
it never changed, man.
Was still
When
there.
Sabrina, when you walked into the house, what was your reaction?
God, I was excited, and then I couldn't stop, like, at all. Every inch of the house, no matter where you look, there was something different. I felt like I didn't have enough time, and where they're trying to, like, record, but I was still stuck in one corner after 15 minutes. Also left with a good amount of, what are we calling? What's the hashtag?
Swag.
Share your steel.
Share your steel, yeah.
There you go.
A lot of steel shares.
Yeah.
He was a fascinating guy, and it kind of bums me out that I didn't get to hang out with him.
Right.
But it is really a very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a really nice experience, like, seeing what he was as a person through the people that I know that knew him, going to see his house. Like, I'm about to crack into one of his books that he wrote in. So I'm interested to see what that's all about. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
and see, I think it's that too. Again, your success goes without saying, but I think it's that too that people today we're talking about how everything's watered down, and I think with even journalism in some aspect, that gets watered down. So I think what you have is this true curiosity where you have to kind of go forward. You're in awe. You're giving reverence to things in this community. So again, I see that you really do have a great voice in our community, and I want to thank you so much for being a part of this whole Morgan Steele thing, because to me it's every iota of who I am to say, hey, let's bolster praise, let's praise other people, let's make sure we're shining light over here, let's make sure everybody's getting some, because no, I'm not Daft Punk. Okay, no, everybody did get lucky, whatever. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Orlando has a beautiful community. You're definitely a part of that. You're understanding it. So thank you again for even calling into our humble little effort here and being a part of the Morgan Steele tribute.
It was really cool. I've still been getting these messages on Facebook, like 1 year ago today, and Sabrina, she texted one to me the other day. It was something that Morgan had sent to her, last year. But what was really cool was on International Women's Day, and I don't know if you saw it. I tagged you in it, but
the picture of Josh and I.
Yeah, International Women's Day 2016. It was less than a month before he died. He posted a post, and he's like, the 30 women that make my world go round, and Sabrina was one of them. Yeah. And it was so funny to see that come up, and I'm like, it's just so crazy, like, the you know, and I have it every day, like, I get these pictures texted to me from Jeff Shelby, who's finding Morgan's Polaroids and stuff like that. And he always, like, the people that he really respected, he put you on a level that was, like, so far beyond him. And it was crazy to me, like the level of respect he had for people that he, you know, that he enjoyed what they did was amazing. And so when I approached Sabrina about this show on the 22nd, you know, we had an idea of doing that, like I said, where we're bringing guest vocalists up. Okay. And I had just said, you know, we need to do an L7 song. And I couldn't think of anyone else. I was like, Sabrina. Really? Yeah, her voice sounds like she's got the same range vocally and everything. I'm like, it's going to be, we're going to close the show with Sabrina singing L7. Oh, shit. And we're going to tear the fucking roof off, man.
That's phenomenal. Thank you. That's incredible. Wow. And that is everything that we've been talking about on this particular episode. A little bit of Pocas Hottest, of course, in there in the middle. But it's all about Will's Pub. And I think even tonight there's some great writers from the NBC program.
Jimmy Fallon
that comes on Mr. Fallon. I've never seen it. He has a ride, though. Anyway, all right. You going to get your thoughts on the ride? I don't know. But I'm not buying that marketing ploy. I'm not buying it. I'm going to keep my pants nice and loose.
Everybody's talking about it, man.
It's so loose. My pants are so loose. Oh, my God. And then I was like, what if Darth Vader was gay, right? Like, look, I'm totally your dad, okay? Get over it. Come on, let's move forward already. Anyway, all right. Talk on the line with Sabrina Ambra from The News Junkie 104.1, that midday slot. You can check them out there or streaming iHeartRadio .kidly.com.
Or you can jump on the app and download the app, get on the secret shows.
Culture. Yeah, they actually have a whole culture and community there affiliated with that site, thenewsjunkie.com. And so go check it out. Go Google it or whatever. Do what you need to do. And
Google that right now.
Okay.
Do it.
I'm glad you noticed, finally.
Okay, well, there we go. Sabrina, thank you so much. Any closing comments, statements? I know you're short on time, very productive, like all of our guests this evening, so we respect that. But I do want to...
No, thank you very much.
Of course.
Closing, and by short on time, I appreciate that you're not acknowledging that I'm in my sweatpants right now. Thank you for having me on. I'm like really, really looking forward to the tribute show, and Dirt, thanks for asking me to be a part of it. It's going to be incredible, and I'm super excited to listen to this podcast.
Oh,
it was awesome hanging out with you guys.
Fantastic. Well, thank you. Remarkable. Sabrina Ambra, The News Junkie. Go check her out. It's 104.1. It's everywhere globally online. You rock. Oh, wait. We were going to go into a little bit of actually Dirt McCoy music. Hold on. I've got that queued up here because we kind of did a progression of blues. Now we're going to go a little bit country-esque. And what I love about this, you let me hear it. It is Sabrina. Have you ever heard Dirt McCoy, the Trailer Park Refugees? You ever hear authentic?
His country album.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I have heard. I think I have a CD in my car, but I don't know if I've heard the one that you're about to play. So
well,
I'm excited.
it's
we're playing
10.
the "Fuck You" song.
There you go.
All right. Wait, we could have cursed the whole time?
Yeah.
Do you want to go back?
Sabrina, wait. Sabrina,
we'll
go ahead, let it out.
Thing over.
Let it
All
out.
right.
Sabrina.
Welcome to the call, Sabrina Ambra. All right.
What's up, titty fucks?
Okay, all right, Mr. Peek the
sorry.
mic over there, Jolly Green Giant laugh. Dirt McCoy. Oh. Anyway, thanks so much for doing this. We're going to bust you out of the line so we can play this track, because that's what I'm doing, is playing it from a CD, from a CPU. But you MFing rock, my lady. So
you rock.
Keep doing
Great
it.
To talk to you guys.
All right. Awesome. There you go. Sabrina Ambra. She's incredible. Part of the huge thing we've been talking about. Up next, I'm queuing up here. Hold on. I'm queuing this up here. Hold on, buddy. I got to get my damn self together. Oh, we got to turn our mics down. Okay, so we're playing it right from the CPU. It is Dirt McCoy. This track is incredible. You want to talk us in a little?
I mean, it's it's an album that I put this band together in 2005, and I just wanted to try to make a record that was it sounded like a country record to me. Right. because I was tired of hearing all this poppy
bubblegum pop
bullshit country
cardboard
shit that just sounded like 80s rock and roll with a fiddle in it, and
what?
And you know what? I wanted to make a record that was true country music, and paid homage to the guys that I thought were the founding fathers of that music. And this song is it's called "After I'm Gone."
Okay.
The audiences have deemed it the "Fuck You" song.
Okay.
And I wrote it the day that Richard Pryor died, because when Richard Pryor died, all of a sudden you had all these people talking about what a great visionary he was and how important he was to culture and all of the things that he, helped bring light to.
Strive for in life. Yeah.
And the first thing I thought in my head is, why couldn't you have said that when he was still alive?
Right.
And so I just came to the line that the most important things that when people have bad things to say about you, it'll come back to you.
Right.
But the good things they'll save for your eulogy.
Right. Right. Yeah, and that's the sad truth of everything. And that's what I think I like about you a lot, brother, is that you're deep as fuck. The river runs deep on you. So, all right, hang down. We gotta do a little audio adjustments here, but dig this sound again as we're kind of doing the step progression down from hardcore rock and roll. Abstract.
Also, this song features pretty much the entire band of the Heathens. I don't know if you remember the Heathens back in the Orlando days, 06, 07, 08, that time. And it's almost the entire band of the Heathens with me fronting them. I was on tour with them just shortly before this. So.
Incredible. All right, so let's bust into it. Dig it.
Yeah.
They tell me I sang too loud and my voice ain't all that good. Yeah, and I can't play but a couple of chords. That's true, I never could. And every song I write is sad. Well, that's true, I apologize. That's the honest truth from a halfway honest guy. Well, they don't praise the good things like they used to. Well, if someone else has been talking some shit, they'll sure as hell tell you. Well, I don't expect a pat on the back, much less the respect I'm due. So if you don't like this song, fuck you! Yeah, the songs I write, they won't mean shit to anybody on this earth but me. Till they put me in the ground, cover me with dirt, and ask the Lord to have mercy on me. Well, they tell me I drank too much, and I ain't no kind of man. Yeah, 'cause I'm about as sensitive as a teenage boy's right hand. And I've been called a pervert, but that's a goddamn lie, 'cause I only read the articles and I cover up my good eye. Yeah, they don't praise the good things like they used to.
And now, breaking news badly.
What's up, Jamie Webb? Oh my God, welcome back. What a hell of a show. That was fun as hell. Dirt McCoy in studio sitting in for the Rev. Fantastic job, man, aligning everything up.
Man,
what a remarkable session. Well, again, this is all to really make sure that people are fucking aware that this April 22nd Morgan Steel tribute, Will's Pub, it's going to be a big deal. Again, if you don't understand that, beyond the art, and like I was talking with Scramble Campbell, and he said, you don't understand.
Yeah.
The guy would make the art and immediately sell it and get rid of it. And make the art and sell it and get rid of it.
Everything
he never
painted
collected anything. Everything is in people's hands. So that's why we're doing this hashtag Share Your Steel.
Yeah.
Share Your Steel. That's a simple hashtag. Post your Morgan Steel art out there in a picture. And again, if you come in, we're going to try to work with professionals to get an environment where we can photograph the front and the back of your Morgan Steel so it can be cataloged.
Yeah, he always wrote really cool things on the back. Like I'll share mine. I'll be one of the ones that do it. But he painted a picture of me that one of my songs is called Bad Apple. And on the back of it, he titled it Bad Apple, and his paints he used were like wolf semen and gasoline and like whatever he said. But it was a painting of me raping a goat or something. But yeah, it was just like that was Morgan's sense of humor, man.
Yeah. Well, on Breaking News Badly, we always talk about different stories and things that are going on. But again, that's top of the bill is right there. Morgan Steel tribute, Will's Pub, Bungalower. Our friends over at Bungalower vote for your favorite Orlando flag design. So you remember the whole process where they were asking for submissions for the Orlando flag. Now they've whittled it down to a number. You can go to bungalower.com, find out more. Jobs of the future will come from the marijuana industry, not manufacturing. This is from bigthink.com. Just based on that headline alone, they're saying the future is jobs dealing with cannabis, some way, shape, or form.
Well, let's think about the industries that we have that bring in the most money right now. And, the pharmaceutical industry is obviously running wild and rampant. Yeah. But, alcohol, tobacco, firearms.
Right.
Good time.
Well, I mean, still, agriculture, right? It's agriculture. It's a cash crop. I mean, they call it that for a reason. So
we're in the state of Florida, man. Everything grows here.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so moving on as we continue to do. Oh, hold on. A background track. Are you serious? All right, so let's get that queued up. There you go. All right, a little background. Q-Burns, abstract message, little Satan Scamaro backing us up there with the news. Thank you. I don't know who this new guy is, but welcome. Okay, good deal. So you're doing a good job.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Any endorsement I can get from Satan is just going to increase my stock.
Yeah. If you eat garlic and honey on an empty stomach for 7 days, this is what will happen to your body. This is an article from the Indigenous American.
Garlic and honey on an empty stomach, they said?
Yeah, so it's raw garlic and honey on an empty stomach. So I guess you wake up and you eat this little compote.
Yeah.
And they say it has miraculous effects on regulating your internal organs and, but this is ancient Native American. It's not capitalistic enough. People can't market it, and it's not. But it really works, and it's good for you. Anyway,
let's be honest with you. You'll smell your breath will smell like dragon's fire.
Oh, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, I guess. Again, from BigThink.com, what happens when you give basic income to the poor? Canada is about to find out. So they're going to give about $1,300, I guess, basic income, what they call annually, to you if you're poor.
Oh, wow.
So they hope that will inject the economy like it should. I mean, numbers are numbers, right?
Some people will prosper, other people will have new rims.
Yeah, there you go. I bought this iPhone, and I still need money. WFTV.com, Windows Computer takeover scammers going after Central Florida residents.
Hi, I'm Frank.
Oh.
Frank. Welcome to Sun State Ford.
No, I'm Frank.
At Sun State Ford.
Okay, there you go. Free commercial, Sun State Ford. That's a WFD. I'm blowing through these stories, so don't you worry about responding over there. I see you. Hold on. Let's see if we can mix this up a little bit. Latino people often slap people, I guess. It's a whole.
It's part of the culture. They're hot-blooded individuals, you know. Passion. Oh man.
All right, so there you go. Share the. Oh my God, share the video. Okay, I'm being told. Hey, share the video. All right, so moving on. China's already tested CRISPR on a human, and the U.S. is next. So CRISPR, you probably know about CRISPR. It's the recently developed method for genetic engineering that brought costs down by 99%. And at the time it takes to modify genes from years to weeks. For some people, it's a thrilling gateway to disease-free future.
Oh, wow.
So, let me play that. All right, turn that shit off, Chucky. Turn that shit off.
So wait, they can genetically engineer people to have a
Every cell
disease-free
in our body
future.
contains a copy of our genome, over 20,000 genes, 3 billion letters of DNA. DNA consists of 2 strands twisted into a double helix and held together by a simple pairing rule. A pairs with T and G pairs with C.
Okay. A
Our
little
genes
complicated,
shape
I
who
guess.
we are as individuals and as a species. Genes also have profound effects on health, and thanks to advances in DNA sequencing, researchers have identified
You need a
thousands of genes
website.
that affect
Why not
our
do it
risk of disease. To understand how genes work,
Okay.
researchers need
All right,
ways
that's cerebral. That's cool, though. That's cool stuff. So I just shared that video out there. There you go. Okay. Turn that off. Okay. What do you got next? What do we got up here? So they say the U.S. is next in testing this kind of scenario where you get better genes and potentially are free of disease. I don't know.
If they use it on the U.S., we will get. We won't go with any of the disease aspects. We'll just have like better football players. That's what they'll do.
Investopedia.com has an article that says 8 countries where $200K in retirement savings will last you 30 years. And go check out that list. That's phenomenal.
If you don't go to Starbucks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's minus your Starbucks, but that's a good point over there. Oh yeah, here we go. Today's the day the Executive Empress premieres on Amazon today. So go check it out. Our friend Wendy Davis, you heard her here earlier tonight.
Oh yeah.
Go check her out. That's phenomenal. G.G. Allen's grave desecrated with flowers and candles.
I shared that article with his brother Merle.
That's what you see. I think I got that from your feed. All right,
Yeah.
so that's great.
You got a kick out of
it. Solar power floating farms that can produce 20 tons of vegetables every day. Streaming services for music, most screwed to least screwed. That's from Gizmodo. The first one, if you're actually keeping up with me, is from GoodHomesDesign.com. Anyway, let's bust down to here. What do you say? We're right up against it. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
All right, hold on. We're closing out on this. Hold on. You remember this?
What's that?
Orlando leads nation in job growth. So that's good news to close everybody out. Plus, let's see if you remember this. Remember this? An electric company or some shit? That's awesome. Okay, there you go.
Turtle Pirates
Nope.
and Evil McEvil,
What?
the leader of the pack.
What?
Spidey is at the ferry dock one.
Okay, that's enough of that. Was that? But that sounded like Morgan Freeman.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. It's been a hell of a show.
Oh, yeah, man. It's
Will's
been
Pub,
fun.
go support that. If you're ever in Orlando looking for something to do, Will's Pub is the best bet.
Yes.
For true, authentic,
Any night of the
original
week.
Orlando. Pocashottest.com. You can go check them out. It is ShannonHoltArt.com. Modern Music Movement. Art Army.
The Revolution.
Kush Ultra Lounge. There we go. Kush Ultra Lounge, Twist Hair Studio if you want to get your hair did. There you go. Dirt, you got anything to plug out? There you go.
Oh, man. Moonman from Mars. Check us out on SoundCloud, on Facebook, on Spotify. We got a show coming up on June the 3rd at West End Trading Company for the Hurricane Party. So
cool.
Gargamel, Thomas Wynn, and the Believers will all be there. Come on out, man. Let's have a good time.
That's fantastic. All right, dig it. We're going to close out with a little bit of Failure, Solaris. See you next week.
WJBW, Orlando, Florida. The first quasi-radio web show.
Wow. Yeah.